Listen, we right into it.
Straight into it.
Like the NBC TV show, This Is Us. This is 4 Feet of Life. This is Tuesday Night Live. And more importantly, this is the 8th anniversary of 94 Feet of Life. And what better time of year? Yeah, count it out, man. You got to use both hands. What better time of year? I think it's so apropos that we formed this group during this time of year. The best time of the year. You know.
And it was not playing. It wasn't playing either. They were like, hey, let's do a group. It's cool.
That's really how it went. It was really just like that. So listen, man, 94 Feet of Life is the Facebook group. Subscribe to the YouTube, notifications on, Trav in the building, Ham in the building. Hopefully our man Coach Les and MJ can join us in a second. But fellas, it's been 8 years.
That's fast, man. Again, a strong debate. I hate using that word because we don't get into debates. We just get into learning sessions. That's what we're talking about.
We have discussions.
Good discussions. I want to put it that way. And,
love the discussions with our friends.
Exactly. Lovely conversations with our friends. Yes.
Yeah.
And from that to an impossible.
Yes. To this.
I was talking to MJ earlier. He was telling me he was going to stop by, but I was like, man, just people understand we actually went through 3 forms of streaming to give you guys great content that I know of.
Yeah.
We went from conference calls. We went from conference calls to Anchor.
Yeah.
Shout out to the conference call.
We went from conference calls to Anchor and Anchor to this.
Yes. I remember being on Anchor and conference calls, being at work on like lunch breaks, sitting in the conference room, talking to y'all about the game. Because that's we have come a long way, man.
Right.
And I can't think of better people to have been on the ride with. You know, it's crazy. You know, your mom and your dad back in the day. You shouldn't be talking to strangers on the internet.
Yeah, there was always noted that, there's a bunch of crazies on the internet. So
yeah. And there are crazies on the internet.
Which that part is true. That part didn't let us down. But also at the same time, things evolve. You know what I'm saying? So as things evolve, the game evolves. We've seen a whole lot of evolution through the game. Just in these days. We've been through 2 Olympic games. We've seen records broke. We've seen unconventional shit happen. I mean,
right.
I'm ready for more because I'm looking at it now. Like, I think as we get right here, I'm sitting in jury duty today. Like, it's March 7th, and I think I know who's going to win the NBA championship finally. That's what I'm thinking of. You know what I'm saying? But it's wild ride, man, and I'm looking forward to more. So here we go.
So as we doing this show, man, I got Northern Kentucky versus State on TV. We got Gonzaga versus St. Mary's next. There's a TNT doubleheader, I believe, tonight. And
I'm gonna be straight, Big Shot. I ain't know nothing but college hoops to this whole thing over with.
To be
for the most part.
For real, I'm with you.
It's gonna be some NBA sprinkled in, but the mass Majority of it, it's college hoops, man. I didn't even watch some high school hoops. They get ready to go state.
Yeah, I usually take this time between now and the playoffs, really. The NBA playoffs it's college hoop here on out, man. But Travis, it looked like you might be frozen. I don't know. If you can hear us, maybe click in, click back out real quick. But let's just kind of do the history of the group real quick for those who don't know. So the group is 8 years old. But the group, what we met.
That's like 10.
Over 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's like 10 or something.
So Ham and I met Ham first. Shout out to our man Red. Shout out to our man Andrew Patton, the sports fam, sports critic. So that's what me and Ham originally met. You know, we can get into what those discussions were. Ham, how did you and Trav meet?
Over in sports fam. Over in sports fam. It was just, those random posts. We on there, we talking ball, doing what we do. And then, of course, we got the legendary clashing of the two Rams that making, 10 points. Me and Trav basically showed them cats how to debate. They had to have a discussion. You know what I'm saying? Without killing each other, without insulting each other. Because it was funny because it was like people was involved in it. And then it was like after about 15, 20 minutes, me and Trav counter blowing each other, they just almost like they stepped back and watched. Because when nobody responded no more, me and Trav.
Nobody was responding. Nobody was responding. Can y'all hear me?
Can you hear me? Back. Yeah, you good. You good. Go ahead.
Cool. It was like nobody was responding, but I'm glad that nobody was responding, because if nobody wasn't responding that way, they was either looking and learning. And that's the whole point of this group right now. It's the whole point of this group. I mean, we're going to talk what we talk now. We're going to make sure we do our due diligence. We're going to make sure we do our homework. But at the end of the day, we're going to say what we got to say to be factual. And if it's something that you have to say, it's not like we ain't gonna take it into consideration, because we're gonna think of, well, maybe this will happen. Now it do be some stuff that you be like, oh hell no, that ain't it. It ain't it. But again, it's taken into consideration, because anything can happen. I actually seen something on Twitter. It was so funny. It was so funny because of the handle of it. But at the same time, it was like, well, it may happen. Don't be surprised if something like that will happen. And that was like Ja Morant gets suspended 50 games.
It's possible, but it was he violated CBA, so it's possible, but it ain't official.
So it's like wow, but I mean, in the long run of things, I mean, y'all always see us, and y'all may say like, "Hey, y'all agree too much." No, it's just we see it both sides. We see it both sides.
We have a tendency to see the whole floor, y'all.
But it's like, what do y'all?
I mean, we all play guard. I mean, that's kind of what we do. We look at the whole scope of things,
And it's also, we just not going to do debate for the sake of debate.
There you go.
Not going to make up arguments to have.
Les will do it, but let's just do it for fun.
It's a troll.
and let's know how to do it.
Right.
Here's the other thing he does.
We don't go into our shows and say, okay, Trav, you're going to take this point.
I bet not.
Jay, you're going to take this point. We're not.
Nah. We have no format. We be freestyling, y'all.
Man, I bet not. I bet not Kendrick Perkins a podcast. I bet not do it.
Oh.
I bet not. I bet not.
Just be loud and wrong.
For hits to people to come tell you how wrong you are.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's just disgusting, man. Like Birdman said, that's just disgusting.
Like,
I don't want no parts of it.
that's right. So that's the thing that we've in this 8 years of this group and the years of we just not gonna be wrong like that. Like we're not gonna be wrong. I mean, we could be wrong, but we're not gonna be loud. We're not gonna be having like we just ain't. This is not us. Like we are truly about and have always been about the game.
I set the record for him, Big Shot. We don't give a shit about being wrong. For the simple fact that we always learn something anyway. We come into this, we approach this thing as students. That's kind of how it all formed. We saw that we were all like-minded in the student of the game aspect of things. And so here we are, you know what I'm saying, once again. And when we started out as 3, they grew to 40, and now it's up to like 6, 8. When we can, we multiplied just within, you know what I'm saying, how we got down because we got with like-minded people. And thus we will have some clashes in the group, like, why are y'all posting this dumb shit? we don't move like this. What is this? But
that's the reason that's the reason for organic days.
Right.
Because this is the thing I've said. We do it because there's no your opinion matters more. What do you think about it?
Right.
First Take or Undisputed or NBA, what do you think? We say it's basketball for the people, by the people. I want to know what the people think.
And to be fair for me, sometimes I'm going to let y'all just have it. Certain topics I'm just going to stay away from. I'm going to let folks have it. Such as this current Ja Morant joint. See, I stepped back. I dropped a few joints, but for the most part, I'm stepping back from it because I got a different perspective on it. And it ain't fully developed because I don't know anything that I need to know for the way I want to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at it from, and this just ain't because it's Ja Morant. I look at, if y'all ain't noticed this pattern, I'm like this with all athletes. Whether it was AB, internet, I'm like, hold on, man. Let me look at this from another perspective. I'm looking at it from an empathetic view. What's angle, where they coming from, what they see. Not to duck accountability, but more or less just to understand what it is that they see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And right, good, bad, and different. You know what I'm saying? And that's just to try to add another layer to the conversation than having the same old chatterbox shit.
Right. And that's what the group has been about for the last 8 years. It's the game as a total. You know, it's not really about our group. Our group is not great if you are a fan of a team or our group is not the best group.
I'm gonna meet you at the door. I'm gonna meet you at the door, man. Fuck them folks. But they cool. I like them, but we don't care about the rah-rah.
Yeah, we cheerlead for the game.
Yeah.
We don't cheerlead for your favorite player, your favorite team. Right. Like if that is you, you may not enjoy it as much.
Or the fact that you don't really get a whole lot of combat in there because that never really was our culture to begin with. It's like people that come and they tried some or tried, and then when they see that ain't there, they'll either adapt or they'll take that shit back elsewhere where they brought it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where they came from, where they brought it. It's just, what it is, because it's like, we don't do that over here. You know what I'm saying? And some of it's like, I know y'all can see this when y'all just go through the posts and folks be trying to make fun of little posts and ain't nobody respond to it at all. They got no likes, no comments, nothing. They sit up there for like 14 hours. You laughing on the emos, but ain't nobody with you on that cheat. Because it's like, at some point, some of this stuff I think becomes corny, especially when it's regurgitated just on a just regular basis. It's like, and then it get ran like it's new. I'm like, first off, y'all not being original. Then it's super, not just not the lack of originality, but it's super old and it's played. It's been read through countless amounts of times, you know.
I will tell y'all this. I delete a lot of stuff.
I probably delete half of what Big Shot delete, straight up.
If it's a duplicate, it's something we done talked about 6-7 times already that day. Yep, it's not there. It's gone.
Injury mocking.
Gone.
No, I can't. Not that. We're not doing it. We're not doing it.
And you really walk a fine line when you do that. You know what I'm saying? And how you do it too, because some people try to slide it in, but it's like, man, what? Here's my thing. Especially if you're super passionate about a team or a player.
Yeah.
If you see Kendrick Perkins on any shoot interview that he been on, he tell you what happens when you wish that kind of shit on a player. It don't end well for you. And it happened to him personally in this matter. To where, let's think about it. He told he wished for LeBron to do it. About a year or so later, it happened to him.
Happened to him.
Happened to
And
him.
his career never really was the same after that.
On the biggest stage.
Sure, he went to Oklahoma City and went to the finals, but he was never this, which he really wasn't that to begin with, but he wasn't even as effective as he was, on the championship squad after that.
It happened to him. It happened to him on the biggest stage. That's the cold part. The biggest stages.
Yeah. The biggest stage against their most hated rival.
But that's, we move, let's say they move different, we do.
We move
with good karma, good energy.
There you go. There you go.
We don't, that's why we ain't doing GOAT debates and Mount Rushmore, and that's
I need 30% MJ off Mount Rushmore.
Why? Here's a question that I would like to ask everybody on this panel and everybody in the group. Why everything has to be to the point to where somebody has to be the best?
That's a very good question. Because you can't. They feel like you have to, when you make a comparison, they feel like it has to be one greater than, one less than. But it don't have to be that. You could just look at what's different. And it's still a valid comparison.
The reason why I say this is because let's take Golden State for an example. In 2015, was Stephen Curry the best guard in the game then? I don't think so. I don't think he was. Not in 2015. Was Klay Thompson the best shooting guard?
Championship.
But I'm just saying, I mean, was Klay Thompson the best two guard in the NBA? No.
Not regarded as such.
Not regarded. Was Draymond Green one of the best fours in the game? They still hate him to this day. Was Harrison Barnes even considered a good player at that time or one of the best threes in the game? Was Iguodala even considered like the best sixth man in the game? But all these players came together and formed the best team in 2015.
On 6-7 games.
So for everybody to be the best, but yet lose, I don't give a shit about who's being the best tonight. Can you get me that trophy? Can I be first place?
The thing about the best is, first of all, it's a completely subjective argument.
Bingo. That is.
There's no way to prove it. You could tell me this. If I still think James Harden in 2015 was better than Steph Curry, you could reel off all the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make it factual.
Man, I done dealt with numbers. I
That's
done dealt with numbers. Oh God, don't get me started.
That's the best. Any of that is a subjective argument.
Did y'all see the debate that I had a couple weeks ago with one of my guys? He was basically, it was the Draymond Rodman deal.
Yeah, I saw that.
I wasn't even trying to lock in on that one. I was actually at work, but it kept me occupied while I was at work on a slow day. But the points that he was making, it was like, dude, I'm not going at Dennis. I have no reason to go at Dennis, but if you want to compare the accolades, you want to say that Dennis was this, but him and Draymond pretty much were the same type of ingredient. They starred in the role that they played in, and they impacted teams that end up being dynasties. That's the same. That's the simple. It's like vanilla flavoring, bro. Whether you use the cheap brand or you use McCormick, it's some vanilla. Take it from the baker. I know.
Right.
Left Twix, right Twix.
Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? But but then it's like, I'm not even arguing who's the better basketball player. Draymond is. But it's just like, come on, man. That's not what I'm here for, you know?
But that's the thing with the group. The group is if you will have a GOAT and best discussion, right? In our group, your why got to be more than so-and-so got more rings than so-and-so.
If you go actually like hold some weight and respect with it, yeah.
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to have.
I don't think this happened in our group. I don't think this happened in '94. I think this happened in Penny. But y'all remember our guy Carlton that jumped on the Views joint without permission? Okay, they were doing the top 10 one night, and he made his top 10, and he had his reasons for his top 10. I couldn't do nothing but respect him because he had Russell number 1 all the time. And one of the reasons why he listed Russell number 1 all the time was like, he had to go through all that during segregation too. I'm like, yo, I fell back. I'm like, hey, he got a point from the standpoint that this is something that ain't nobody thought about. Yeah. That you can't go nowhere. But what really alarmed him was that he had Jordan at 7. That's what set the ride off. But I had to like hold dogs out for him. I'm like, let him make his points, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm actually interested to see where the rest he coming from. And if he don't, y'all know he gonna make one of them 27-minute long ass videos talking about this, and he ain't gonna tell number a good 8 minutes of the information in the 27 minutes. Right. So let him post.
But the thing with that is his list.
It's his list.
His list. He made his own list.
Yeah.
That's the thing about our group. We just ask folks. I expected everybody to be a basketball, like memorize the basketball encyclopedia. But if you are in our group, it is going to be a different tier of conversation. It's really not going to just be simple. Whether you're talking Ja Morant, whether you talk about the GOAT, whatever you're talking about, we do talk basketball at a different level. And it is not for everybody. Now, we have our fun, which leads to this conversation. Some of the all-time great posts were not like high-level basketball conversation, but they were some of the most fun posts they ever had in the group.
Like that one off the top.
Each one person give one. He was like, yo, this was one of my favorites.
Go ahead, man. I'm waiting.
I give you mine. Shout out Lonnie B. Clark, because he posted it. He posted a video, so he gets the credit. The Devin Booker double team post were all that had me at work. I was at work and literally had to, because I had to get away from the desk, just like walk away, because I was in tears.
That was me too. It worked. Dying laugh.
God, that's one of my favorite of all time. I give y'all another one. If the NBA was pickup, was hilarious.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That one and the pet peeves show. The basketball pet peeves.
Hilarious.
That one was classic.
You know
one
what?
of my favorite ones. Go ahead, Trav. I'll let you go ahead.
You know, I'm gonna tell you something. Rest in peace, Youngin, man.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Youngin. Anything he posted about Oklahoma City that had something to do with Steven Adams and Serge Ibaka.
You know what's wild about that? He actually was kind of right about Steven Adams in the end.
No. He was all base.
Somewhat.
He was all base. He was all base with the Lane Beer comparison.
He was a little off base there, but he wasn't complete.
He wasn't completely off.
That's what I'm saying. He was on base with the Lane Beer comparison. But as far as his style of play, he landed some good stuff. But oh my God, it was just so hilarious though, man. And oh man.
Yo. This man would have had a straight heel turn on Kevin Durant. Yeah, the man prior to when Kevin was in Oklahoma City, this dude's email. I found this out when I was messing with them, signing them up for fantasy football or whatever, and they were sending me all the emails. And he sent me this email address, and my response was, "You gotta be fucking kidding." Yeah.
The Kevin Durant judge.
KD35 is the greatest at gmail.com. I will never forget that. Shout out to great stuff, boy. But that was classic. But after that, July 4th, 2016.
July 4th, 2016.
KD a bitch.
That man owed that man $50 though, man. They paid that man.
He paid.
That was over the finals, right? Was that the finals?
It took him 4 years to pay Jam his $50 from when they lost. When we beat them, when Memphis beat them in 2013, that's what he owed them $50 for.
I thought he owed him about the finals.
If it wasn't from the finals the year before, it was from the series the year that
it had to been a final. I want to say that was the finals because it was.
I confirm it with Jared though. You might be right. I confirm it with Jared.
It was the Miami Heat. It was the Miami Heat in Oklahoma City deal. The 13 jump. I mean the 12 jump. The 12 jump. Yeah. Boy.
That dude. We have had some character.
And then when he paid the man, he tried to apply
he paid that man in installments.
Then he tried to say that the MoneyGram fees was a part of the 50.
He paid that man $50 in installments.
He really paid $39 and the fees was made at $50.
Yeah. He counted the fee.
Jared's birthday was last week and he made mention of it too. On his birthday, baby. He made mention of it. Just like his rest in peace shout to the homie, man. But that was funny, boy.
Youngin, wow, man.
Did y'all, I know y'all ain't forget this one. When I think Big Shot, you posted it, like post your best stat line. And Chaz Johnson came in there and posted some bogus ass stat line and said that he did such and such when he was playing in Lithuania. I'm gonna tell y'all how this ended up. This ended up with Chaz being booted from the group for the absurdity. After he got cooked, he goes back to his group, which is Sports Global, and pops off on the ham. I don't think he recognized that. Shout out to the homie Joe Maybor, who was admin at Sports Global. Shout out to the homie Tyron Lucas, who had admin control of Sports Global. And a few Jacob Charlton, I think he did. If not, he was over there. And so they sent me
Sports Global.
Yeah, that's how he got over here to us. I plucked it. He saw he was one of the cool ones.
Wow.
So and I just say that we went over to Sports Global and we took over Sports Global for about 2.5 weeks before we got bored with the group and gave it back to them. We were some real internet thugs, man.
Dude, we took that junk, showed them how to do a lot of stuff.
We pulled the hole. We took it from them, played with it, gave it back to them. We basically did what they did with Ricky Football on Boys in the Hood. That's what we did with their group.
Listen, man, I'm laughing because I ain't gonna say we had beef with that group. We just move different than them.
Move different.
So
but
the fact
they try to send plenty of members over to fellowship with us. And I don't mind that. Come hang, come talk it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. But global activity don't fly in the 9-4, Chief. This is a different territory.
Man, another one resting in heaven right now, man. Shanrell, man. All needs matter, man.
All needs matter.
Her
draft night episode with us was worthy. All time classic.
That was Anchor.
That was Anchor.
What was that conference?
It was conference call.
Was it conference? No. You know what? That was conference. That was conference call. That wasn't Anchor.
Yeah, that was conference. You know what? I'm gonna tell you how good my memory is. That's also the night that Greg told us about Luka. The same night. I don't think he told us on the show though, because we were watching the draft. And he told us, look this name up, Luka Doncic. And I went and looked it up. I said, man, what the fuck is this?
He was about 14, 15 doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
Right, like for real.
He too was like, yeah, he it.
And it's 2015 now, so we knew.
And here we sit, and he's a star.
One of the top 5 in the league. One of the top 5 in the league right now.
Top 5 players in the league.
Is that 30% coming in?
Oh,
30%
man.
hotel?
Hey, man, it's March, man. I'm good now.
So, joining us, but
it's March, man.
Joining
it's St. Patrick's Day. Like, I can't be 30% of this St. Patrick's Day and I might drink great beer. That's real hypocritical, ain't it?
So you going down to 17%?
I'm about 13, bro. About 13.
Oh, okay. You gonna take it down a whole 17%. I got you.
Yeah, man. 13. Big Dog Robinson.
So joining us is one of the founders of 94 Feet of Life. Man who really needs no introduction, being introduced. So this is our main man, Myron Jenkins, aka Coach MJ, who I've had the pleasure of knowing really 11 years.
Man,
really 15. Because I met MJ through South Suburban Summer League back 07, 08. We then started working at the same gig in 2012. And here we are, 11 later. And he's a day one founder, obviously. MJ, we were just talking about, man, some of our favorite memories from the group, some of our favorite posts, favorite people.
Oh, yeah.
So whether it's a favorite pose, a favorite person, just sort of your take on these 8 years, man. Just I'm gonna let you have the floor for a little bit.
I will say that, the blind GM is a classic. Just to see grown men squirm at an imaginary job is hilarious to me. Like, the job wasn't even real, but the scenarios that we wrote made it feel so real to where guys felt like they was getting fired and they didn't even work at the job. It was hilarious to me. And another classic, I don't know if y'all mentioned this, was when we made the 94 things we hate about basketball, and it trickled to about 228.
I forgot about that one until you missed it, though. But we got the other one.
That would, because, guys needed to, sometimes you got to vent. I mean, it's a million reasons why we love this game, but, ain't nothing perfect. You know what I mean? So sometimes you gotta mention the stuff that kind of just be like, you know what? I ain't feeling this. In fact, I actually don't like it. Actually, I hate it. So let's talk about it. So we was able to get some guys to vent off their chest. It was hilarious, man. The stuff that they was coming up with, stuff that the squad was coming up with, the group. It's just hilarious, man. We got some characters, and we just got some characters, man. Like, not just even on the show, but just in our group, we got some whole characters. It's hilarious. Hilarious, man.
What you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
R.I.P. to Sean Real Smith, by the way. She was like the funniest of the funniest. Like,
oh my, that's why I had to.
He was funny. She wasn't even trying to be funny. You just say
funniest people. She's like the female version of Gilly the Kid.
Yeah.
Gilly could be talking some real shit, but you be wanting to smirk.
Exactly.
She's just funny. Like,
she was such good people. And I remember when the first time I met her, it was in Petty Sports Network. And it was, she's everything Chicago. And one thing about Chicago is they college teams always like Notre Dame. And it was the night that Notre Dame went to Florida State and they lost. And I seen her going off on Jameis Winston, and I was like, why are you doing this? And she was just going out. She's just going off. And I was like, oh, so you like Notre Dame, huh? And she just claimed it. And her favorite player was Percy Jones from Baylor. Perry Mason. It was one.
Perry Jones.
Perry Jones.
Perry Jones and Jeremy Lamb.
Jeremy Lamb, yep. She loved both of them. She really loved both of them. I was like, oh my God. And I think when we announced that she passed,
man,
2 days later, I think Jeremy Lamb scored damn near 40 and won.
She was making sure every shot dropped that night. She was like, now
I put on that post, I was like, man, she touched him.
Yeah, he did like 40. I think he had 40 the night, and then he hit like a 50-footer for game like 2 nights later.
Exactly. Back to back. I was like, no way.
We had some characters, man. And speaking of Chicago, this shows you kind of where the group has morphed into. We were fortunate enough, me and MJ, to meet Trav and Jay Ham,
man,
in real life. Like, after 5, like meeting Ham and Trav in 2012, 6-7 years later, we meet Trav.
17. That was 17.
Trav pulled up.
Trav came to Chicago.
17 when you were. It was 17 when you were.
17 because we had the live joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went 19. I went at 19.
It's crazy. So we had the go live.
And if COVID didn't hit, we was gonna be back there for August 2020. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
We've had the pleasure of Trav coming to the city, man. It helped us out with the Go Live, which was a fantastic event. Ball U Academy, which MJ, I know MJ doesn't like to brag about it, but I will.
My man.
what that's birthed. You know what I'm saying? Like
that was started in the group chat. Like a lot of people don't know that. All the cat started in our group chat. The name
group chat
came up in the group chat. The undisclosed director's cut group chat.
The group chat and midday telephone calls, which I was a part of a handful of those.
Right. Hey, I ain't gonna even hold y'all, man. Sometimes I get to talking motherfuckers' head off when my brain is going. I gotta get it out, and they be letting me talk my head off, so I appreciate it. No, they be y'all be letting. I used to give them a healthy 47-minute combos. Healthy.
I had one or two. Bro, I'm cool. Let's rock.
In 2019, Ham has a family reunion in Chicago.
We didn't do that. We just came up.
Wait, bro, up for the week.
Came up.
And me and him, was like, well, shit, we off work. We got off work. Ham, what you up to? Ham was downtown. Me and MJ was still downtown still. We picked him up. I
needed more time, man. We needed more time.
I ain't never ate that much in my life because of Big Shot. Big Shot is such a peer pressure.
All the chicken pizza in Chicago was all.
It was funny too, because we got one to take home. We brought one home for my aunt. You know what I'm saying? A couple of days later, and Mom saw how thick the joke was. She said, "You ate 3 slices of these." I said, "My aunt about 6 wings." So I came to the shot to eat, Kevin.
They could have wheeled me. They could have wheeled me out of there. I couldn't. I was struggling. You know, when
I got back to the hotel, had 3 more drinks, and they wanted some wings at the hotel bar while I was watching the Cardinals and the Cubs.
Oh yeah, he was living.
Dude.
Living.
And it's crazy because the times that we met them, it just like it was like we knew them already.
Facts.
He just Trav pulled up. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
We went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Went live on there. We went live there. Then turned around. Went with MJ. We went out to the club.
Yeah.
We stopped by the whole little side deal where the trailer just ain't nothing but Polar sausages and burgers and man.
Maxwell's. I had to take them to Maxwell's, man.
Hey, what Martin say on Thin Line? A little bit of fetish there, a little bit of fetish. That bag was so greasy, man. That burger was so good.
Hey, greasy bag.
Greasy bag equal good food, man. Bag was greasy.
That's the equivalent of them coming to the Bluff and we taking them to Dixie Queen at 2:30 in the morning.
You know what? That's exactly what that bag looked like. Then we went. Then we went the traditional route. That's when we went to Harold's. And
I had to go to Harold's.
Lord,
I had to get a mild sauce on it. I had to do it right for him. Like, fried hard mild sauce on it. I ordered for him.
Trav,
I want to fuck this up.
It was funny. Trav had the Harold's. Ham had chicken pizza. So now we got to get like food exchange. We got to get like barbecue nachos. We got to have that going on. And then
I might go get some of them tomorrow.
Listen, we are in the scene, as MJ likes to say, where the better the games are, the better the food is for you.
Yeah.
This is fried food time. It's fried food time.
Yeah, I mean, NCAA tournament and playoffs, I'm literally intermittent fasting for like the first 8 hours waking up before I start eating because I know it's gonna be bad for me. I know it's just not gonna be healthy for me. I already know it ain't a good look.
You cannot have salad during the Elite Eight. It's not good.
Nah. No lettuce wraps, none of that. Nothing, anything green. Unless it's money. Not be on your table.
We got our man Coach Les in the building with us.
What
up, family? So here's some other stuff, man. Think of all the things that have happened in the 8 years since the group has been over. Think about we seen the Warriors dynasty. The Warriors dynasty basically started the first year of the group.
Yeah.
Man, we seen. Man, think about this though. We seen LeBron win 2 championships with 2 different teams.
Yep.
We seen Kyrie hit the biggest shot probably in finals history.
Right.
We seen Kentucky go undefeated until when they got cheated in the Final Four to Wisconsin.
15. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Got to. Y'all already know me. Y'all already know I beef like an old head. I'm 50 Cent Ja Rule when it comes to the beef. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. Y'all know how I am. Man, what else we seen? We seen Baylor win a national championship that's never been done.
Yeah.
We seen Gonzaga make 2 Final Fours.
We saw a 16 beat a 1.
We saw
Sure did.
We saw Jay Wright. We saw
When
Jay Wright submit himself as a Hall of Fame.
16 beat the 1, and then the 1 came back next the following year.
Next year, one whole shit.
And think about
we saw basketball stop.
Yeah.
Man, I almost
straight up. Damn.
We Jay Wright win 2 national championships and retire.
And retire.
Yeah.
Like a G.
We saw KG retire. Tim Duncan retire.
Dirk.
Haslam not retire.
And Udonis Haslam still in league.
We seen Kobe dropped 60 in his last game.
One of the most, and we talk about a fun night in the group. One of the most fun nights in the group was that night.
You had that, and then you had Win 72 going on the other channel.
Was on the other channel.
Same time.
Yeah, and I said some mean things about that night. I did. I'm not going. You know what? I don't think I was in 2016. I think I got part of 2016.
And we did not just see basketball stop. We seen the world stop on January the 26th of 2020.
That's one of them days. I don't even think it even really hit.
You want to know something? Remember, it was in the chat. I was like, man, I had posted it in our group chat, and I said, why they playing?
Right. I remember that.
And I was like,
remember that.
And I said, why would they do something like this?
We thought it was a hoax. Until I
saw it was TMZ.
And I hate TMZ. I hate TMZ. Y'all know
they don't be playing when they do that. That's the thing. I'm like, no, dog, this ain't right.
And that right there, that hurt. We had just seen Kobe a couple days earlier at the Lakers game when LeBron passed
him. That was that Saturday. That game was that Saturday.
Yeah.
That Sunday.
Kobe never tweets.
Morning.
Think about this. Kobe never tweets, and that was his last tweet.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's wild? You know what's wild about that? And this is where I think solidify like where we at as a group. And so unfortunately it took something like that to happen. But that made me realize how much time we waste, not us, but basketball public wasted on no conversation.
Yep.
How much time
you don't appreciate the folks, man.
I will say this as a person that's from the Chicago area. Les can back this up. MJ, Northwest Indiana, same thing.
Yep.
Hours, days of he not better than Mike conversation. When in reality, people try to pit them two dudes against each other for all them years. And the reality was them dudes were close.
Yeah.
Man, they loved
Big brother, little brother.
They loved, like Michael Jordan loved Kobe Bryant.
Right.
Love them. And like Kobe said on his Knuckleheads interview, he said Mike knew I was one of them.
Facts.
In fact,
He knew I was one of them, so he carried me differently. If you look at Mike talk in interviews and they bring up Kobe and he was talking about who he wanted to play in one-on-one and all that, and he said, who could beat you? He said, I beat all of them. He said, well, maybe not Kobe because he still lost my moves.
He lost my moves.
You know, and this when Kobe was alive. Like, he loved that man. And the thing about it is, we don't know how Mike feel about too much of anything because Mike is really out the way. You know, that's the thing to say, man, I be out the way. Mike really be out the way. Mike don't be talking old heads. And I'm going to say it. I don't care. I'm going to say it. Mike is not out here like the rest of these old heads talking crazy.
Well, I respect it about Mike too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like he can have his opinion, but he also keep his opinion reserved for them. He keep it pimpish. You know what I'm saying? And that's player to me.
He get money off for his opinion. He get money for his opinion. Like, you got to pay. You got to do a Last Dance documentary to get my opinion.
See what I'm saying? It ain't quite like AI, where AI is like total non-secure, got love for the young culture, which is dope too. You know what I'm saying? But the OG got to relax, man. That's my point on that.
Yeah.
AI shows so much love.
Yeah.
Oh man, AI love this. AI love the culture. AI love this culture right
AI
now.
built it.
Exactly. That's why he loved this culture, because he crawled for them to run. That's basically what it is.
And he was one of them teammates where he was down with the second dude all the way to the dude that didn't get no clock.
Mm-hmm.
They all got love with dudes, you know what I'm saying? So, and then he still carried that way as OG. I respect it.
So, just the amount of history we've seen 3-1. We've seen how many 3-1 leads get walked down?
Quite a few. A couple of them by the Clippers.
Yeah.
A couple of them by the Clippers.
I tell you one thing. I tell you one thing we're about to see.
I think
we're about to see the Sacramento Kings make the playoffs.
Oh yes, that's the only thing. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that haven't happened since we started 8 years ago, and that's fixing to end this year.
Y'all know something else we seen that I think is dope. We saw a black dude turn a professional, establish a viable professional basketball.
Ice Cube, the Big Three.
Oh,
Big Three.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Shout out to the TBT too. They gave us some extra shit to watch.
There you go. We actually saw a competitive All-Star game last year.
Don't get used to
it. Not this year, not this past year.
Hey, don't get used to it.
Not this one. I'm talking about the one where Kyle Lowry took a charge.
I forgot about that. You're right.
Was that last year or that was year before?
That was when Kobe first passed.
That was
2020.
You know what? One thing we are missing. We saw one mortal man shake up the entire media and make all of the profit off of it just by talking about his sons and how he'd beat Jordan and LeVar Ball. Yeah. That will never happen again. I promise you. That will never happen again. I don't give props.
Get well, man.
Hey, I give props what it's due. That's the marketing genius. He was getting free publicity just for talking crazy. That will never happen again.
You know what's so interesting about LeVar? Number one, he ended up being right.
Yeah, because
his sons went what, 2 and 3?
Yeah.
The first one he knew he had to sell a little bit though, that's why he did all of that. He knew Melo was gonna be fine, but
the young one already an all-star.
He knew Melo was the guy.
You look at what's happening. One of these stories with this Ja Morant situation.
Yep.
As much as people dismissed LeVar, right? LeVar's to this, LeVar's to that. Isn't it interesting? You would at this point, you like, damn, if T Morant was more LeVar and less T Morant. Not to say the situation is different, but you would feel a little more comfortable about what's going on with Ja.
Yeah.
With LeVar in his corner as opposed to T Morant.
That depends on what you know about LeVar too.
Well, I
Because
mean,
if you think of that, because I'm like, they did have an unsavory cat around them that stole money too.
not even that though. Check this out. If you want to talk about from a child perspective, you remember Jello got caught stealing in China.
Yeah, caught him trying to stick your fingers.
And the president of the United States had to bail him out.
Trump had to get his ass out.
They did bail him out, but so let me say, the situation would be different.
Both brothers getting saved by Trump.
I like it. I like it. I like it. That's a bar.
It's always.
No. Hey, Les, one correction. One brother got saved by Trump, and the other brother is saving the Trump.
I can't do this with y'all.
One thing.
So do we call them the Trump card? Is that the Trump card? Do we just play a Trump
It
card?
will always.
Man, she
It will
going like
always be
Jesse
bars.
Owens, man.
It will always be bars.
No, it's just levels. That's all.
Bars over bullshit.
Now, this
B.O.B.
my all-time favorite moment to this. I don't think this will ever be topped. We can have an 8th show, a 9th anniversary, an 18th anniversary. This will always be my favorite moment, 90s for Feel Like History. The moment that changed my look at basketball, period.
I already know where you going.
Mother's Day 2015.
I already know where you going.
Dog. But let me give the people that I've told this story several times, but I don't care.
Before you go there, I'll explain to the people real quickly. This is why I am the way I am.
This made me. I figured out why Ham is the way he is. I kind of got an idea as to why Memphis folks are the way they are. Long story short, make it quick.
This was funny.
LeBron makes the jumper over Jimmy Butler, Mother's Day 2015, Bulls versus Cavs.
Yeah.
So I'm still in fan mode. I'm still got Bulls fandom really going. I'm sick, mad. I hop on the line. I dial the phone. I've called J-Ham's house. MJ's on the phone with me on 3-way. Call Ham. Hello.
Just went ham.
Y'all know I don't even cuss like that. Running them off. So MJ starts laughing. About 2 minutes into this, MJ starts laughing. Like, what's MJ? What's the funny part? MJ, go ahead.
I was like, hey, yo, hold on 1 second, Big Shot. Hey, is this J-Ham dad? He's like, yeah. That man, first off, it's damn near like first 48 to be able to pick them out of a voice lineup. They sound just the fuck alike. So it's really hard to be picking it apart, like, because it sounds like Ham. So, but just the wisdom that was given out, not to say that Ham don't got that wisdom, but Ham usually just like lets you fire away. This dude was giving wisdom. So I'm like, this might not be Ham. Let me think. I just kept listening more and more. I'm like, that's a different Twain. And then he said some type of bar. I'm like, yeah, this definitely ain't Ham. because Ham don't never like vouch for Tony Allen, and he vouched for Tony Allen. Like, this ain't Ham. That's what gave it away. He compared your situation to Tony Allen. He was like, I mean, he was like, you know what I mean, man, we got a guy that, you know, can't make layups. You know what I mean? What can you do?
Well, funny, Tony missed like 4 layups the night before.
That's what I'm saying. But when he said, what can you do? I'm like, that's not a Ham statement. Ham would call him slow as hell. And I ain't heard the slow. I'm like, oh, this is J-Ham dad. I'm like, yo, is this J-Ham Pops? He's like, yeah, man.
Now, Pop would frequently tell the motherfucker he slow. Now, when Pop favorite word was you a dank. That was his go-to joke. You're a dank, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's so disrespectful. Because it's a woman trying to be a man. That's why it's so disrespectful. He said this man is a woman trying to be a man.
Straight kind of man a dank, you know?
Man,
He talked to
go ahead.
to me. He talked to 2 strangers, which we are to him. Strangers for like 30 minutes.
And he cracked the fuck up and he had y'all going for a minute though. That was the fun part for him. I get back to the house, I'm talking about he just chuckling away like, man, I had fuck with him.
Man.
And from that moment, I like, okay, this game, and he really like MJ said, he gave us a game about like, listen, you can't control what's gonna happen.
Well, it was like when we win, yeah, cool. Them folks lose, hey man.
Pop is three episodes with Pops that was the ones, man.
That man just walked in and just like cleared the ring like Stone Cold.
Man, he came in. Me and Ham was doing a show, and he came in. It was like perfect timing. And we got to talk about just old school memories. That was one.
I knew when you asked this Negro a question, and he went in his pocket and he pulled out the box of Coolfield to Kings. That's true. You might
when I had him on the side, I knew it did. I said,
just let him roll.
Let's
finna drop some stories.
He finna drop
a story.
That was one. 2 was when your cousin Taro was on the show, and he asked that man, "Are you out your damn rabbit?"
That man was really trying to convince himself Golden State wasn't gonna win, man.
Did I tell y'all this story though? I think it was another Golden State story as well. The year that they beat Cleveland, what was it, the last time they beat
I want to say that was 17. Was it 17 or was it 18?
This one was from 18 because this one Pop was sick.
Yeah, that's the one. He was like, "Are you out your rabbit ass?"
I'm bringing Pop from radiation. You know, radiation take you down through there. It's gonna drain your energy out. Pop just want to get some chocolate, ice donuts. He want to go to the crib, right? We ran. He said, "Man," he short on breath. He said, "Man, what the fuck wrong with your cousin?" I said, "What you talking about?" He said, "Man, my nephew think we folks finna beat Golden State, man. What? What the hell wrong with your cousin?"
Everybody said something about LeBron, man.
Golden State was already up 2-0, so it's like popping like song. Like, man, what is wrong with you, man? I told him, I said, Pop, just hear him out. He created a winnable scenario. It's just that he created it. It's not gonna happen. It's very unlikely. What he's saying, if it was to happen that way, sure, they would win. That shit ain't gonna happen though.
That shit ain't happen. And the third one, this is probably, I want to say like this was like a couple of days before y'all invited me to the barbecue. Y'all had barbecue, and you could tell he was sitting on the couch. You could tell like he was mad up. He was out of it. So I kind of peeked around the corner and seen him. I came back, and then I looked over again, and he seen me. and he told me, he said, Trav, you got we gonna get the people what they want today, and that stuck to me.
Yeah.
That stuck to me because
Yo,
he wanted us to keep going.
he always like what our purpose was, though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That was the key part about it, I think, for him was that once he saw who I was rocking with, the type of cats that I was rocking out with, and where we were going with it, just from an organic standpoint, he was like, that's the thing about it. Y'all ain't reaching for the same shit everybody else reaching for. Y'all going about it in a way that it really needs to be taught. Also, shout out to my old coach Gabriel Pryor. He be checking us out too. He said the same thing about us. You know what I'm saying? Just in general, it's like they see it because he tell me on all my other posts as well, like keep talking to these folks. I'm like, Coach, they don't hear me. They don't want to hear me though.
But here's the thing though. Here's the thing. Hate to cut you off, but here's the thing though. Look at what it magnified to. You on a whole radio show in Memphis now every Friday. Yeah, I'm gonna plug you. You know what I mean?
True.
Like,
I look at it the same way.
Coach Les run a whole fucking post grad.
Yeah.
He got like 5 teams under.
Yeah.
In which he got NBA players as assistant coaches. Ex-NBA players as assistant coaches.
Yeah. Like,
I got 2 coaching jobs. I ain't want to coach. Had to. Too good to be true. I had to take it.
And that's what the group. Go ahead.
Yeah, nah, that you know, MJ, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it on wax. You've been fighting it. You have been fighting it.
Yes.
We had conversations.
He really was.
And you and we had conversations amongst you know, in our group, of course. Well, me and MJ had some conversations, and I just told him, like, man, you gotta quit fucking running.
Hey, Big Shot been telling me that since 2012.
Yeah,
it's gonna catch you anyway.
He just it's hard to run from your purpose, man.
That's that good karma, man. That's that good karma.
So many things that have been birthed, and I think y'all would have been successful regardless.
You too, nigga.
But it shows you what the group has birthed, though. Like J Ham being on the radio. Like J Ham didn't go to journalism school. J Ham's not a beat writer. He's not
I had to ask my brother. I said, "Do I be on the radio sounding like Perkins?"
Damn.
Not like Kendrick, man.
Carry the hell on.
You need
Get around.
carry on somewhere. Because first of all, if you don't, you know, I know we still talk a little ball here. If you don't see the difference between Jokic's Oscars and Russell Westbrook's Oscar, I don't know what to tell you.
You know what? I've learned to not listen to anybody while they're on the format of ESPN on any type of first take show, and just listen to them when they're on a regular podcast and they can let it ride. Because they got sense. It's just they have no choice. But it's WWF. It's entertainment. It's a stage argument and stage everything to bring up controversy. Because unfortunately, controversy brings clicks, and they have to work a 9-to-5, in which people cut them a very nice check to keep doing this BS. And the more people that hate them, the more they get paid. It's heel activity. I can't be mad at them. I'm mad at the Undertaker. The more I can't be mad at the Undertaker, I can't be mad at them either. They're doing it right. They're getting their money off of what people need. People need villains. People need something to hate. Yeah. And they give you get more money off of people when they hate you than when they love you. Because people love us, and we ain't seeing bread like that.
Trust me. And that's the thing that I respect about us is like,
yeah, we ain't gonna perform.
If we really wanted to be that,
we would have been smoked this.
This show would have 20,000 subscribers. The group would be 20,000 strong.
But if we really organic.
You know this show, y'all do know this show is harder to do than what they're doing.
Of course.
It's harder. It's way harder.
Because there's this manufacturer. All come from the gut.
It's easy to disagree with any damn thing. Easy.
If I tell you to.
As planned.
I tell you to, yeah.
It's easy. But what's so funny about it is it's like opposites attracts. But the thing about attracting is, what minds are you attracting? You're actually attracting some ignorant minds. Sorry to say it. It's just true.
You look at our group.
Them ignorant minds go spend ignorant money.
Oh, yeah.
They go get that ignorant money from the
They're getting ignorant money. Exactly. So
the five of us are very different. Personality.
Oh, yeah.
different, very.
What we do for 9 to 5s, what it's the love of the game, though. And I think that's always been the foremost.
That's what brought us together. That's what brought us together.
More than a lot of people.
The love of the game.
A lot of people. Like, we in this group chat talking about me talking about it because I'm crazy. Man, the Colonial Athletic Championship is tonight. This me.
Right.
Like, what kind of you gotta
I'll be rocking with it.
Now ask us how many of us tuned over to the Colonial Athletic Championship later on that evening for whether the entirety or just a small portion of it to see what was going on.
Because
I got ESPN Plus right now. I've been watching them all year.
Listen, man, and this has united us, man. And as I said before, I wouldn't pick anybody else to do this show.
So
to have this group with, you know what I'm saying? You could have all the other folks with 100,000. You could have all that. I'll roll with these people on this screen anytime.
Now, if you catch this, got 100,000 followers. If y'all want to bring the 9-4 over to your platform, y'all want to kick some shit with us,
more than welcome. We're more than welcome.
We'll come in a solo effort, or we will come in a faction. It don't matter.
But we're not gonna talk stupid on your show, though.
Don't bring no emotional battle to a logical war.
Yeah, it's a battle of wits. It appears they come unarmed.
Like
no ammo.
Like
I do got something to say though.
Yeah,
I got to shout out Garrick. Garrick is the one that added me to 94 Feet of Life.
Oh, where?
And yeah, Garrick added me to 94 Feet of Life around 2016. And he told me, he said, and I was in the group because I'm not a founding father, contrary to popular belief. I'm not a
you heard that, motherfucker. That's just what it is. We claim it.
I'm not a, contrary to popular belief, I am not a founding father of 94 Feet of Life.
He lied.
No, we got to put it. We're gonna talk history. We're gonna talk history now.
We're gonna talk it right. We're gonna talk it right. We're gonna talk it right. We also gonna rewrite
Garrick. I gotta shout out Garrick because he added me because he's like, hey man, they be in here talking about basketball. It's really good. I said, all right, cool. And me and because I was, was coaching and all that still, and and I don't even know how it happened. It's just like I clicked up with we clicked up one day and just started. So we just chopping it up. I had some interesting things because I used to throw chairs.
Oh yeah,
I used to throw chairs.
Yeah, you was a furniture.
But it was I think in the respect was they were all organic statements. There was no outlandish. It was like it made people really think about what I was saying. Like you guys got it. You guys like, okay, no, this does make sense. he said a lot without saying anything. Because I used to do that. I would say something, and it's like, and you guys were actually, because you guys got, you know, functional brains when it comes to basketball. and it's like, y'all like, okay, cool. And I don't know how I ended up on the show one day. I ended up on the show one day. And from there, it just, and that was before we was doing this. This was back when we had the call in.
Conference call. We talked about that. Conference call.
And that when we had the conference call, I remember that. That was 2016, 17.
It's funny you say that too, because earlier in the show, that's what I was referencing you in terms of how you go about the trolling. I'm like, he know how to do it. That's the thing that differs from him versus the others. You know what I'm saying? Let's know what he's doing.
Right.
And like you said, we picked up on that just like synergy. Like I see.
And it was literally like you guys embraced me for the simple fact that it was like it was real, and that's all it's ever been about. You know what I'm saying? You guys have become my brothers over these last about 7 years or so. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta become brothers to me. I slide through, I go back to the crib. Me and MJ then got together. MJ and Ronnie got together.
Yeah,
I'm sliding through. I'm driving cross country. this last summer. I stop in Memphis Olive Branch. I got some baked goods waiting on me.
You still got them damn brownies too, don't you?
I got baked goods waiting on me. I got baked goods waiting on me. I got, Trav take me to the chicken spot out there. We had, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, it's love, so it's like, I'm coming cross country. I'm driving clear from the west to the east.
Yeah. Yeah.
My guy went from Wyoming to Daytona, y'all. Straight up.
Straight up. What took you about 3 days?
Carl Griswold don't want
that kind of stuff. Was so funny. When I met Les through the joint,
I already know you're gonna go.
Man, he living like it's my guy Les. He live in Idaho. Like, man, ain't no brothers in Idaho.
But it's literally, bro. Garrick, man, I gotta shout him out, man, because he definitely put me in tune. It has just been on, man. And like I said, I am not. No matter what they say, I am not a forefather, a 94 feet of life, but I am very close to them guys.
Oh man,
it's a brotherhood over here, man.
These are my brothers. But I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, for the people that's watching, you won't meet a more solid, real individuals in your lifetime than these four. Like I definitely, man, it's a lot of stuff I could say, but I'm gonna end it with me saying this, is that them dudes, when the real stuff, real life happens,
man,
they first to show up.
The real shit.
Without
first to show up.
Without going in too deep, me, Les, and Ham have all lost our fathers since this group has been open. And I will tell you, I ain't gassing, what Les said is so true. When we went through those situations with our father, this group held us down.
Oh.
Like we were lifelong friends, like we were family.
Oh. It was Big Shot, me and Big Shot, it was the same year.
It was the same year, 2 months apart. And so we have experienced the highest of highs and lowest of lows. During the pandemic, it was like CMB, we all we got.
Yeah, we was going. I ain't gonna even
Yeah.
During the pandemic, I was so cool with it, man, because it was like I always do this because I remember this, I lived through it. But I was reminded of how cold Derek Coleman was this year.
Oh my goodness.
Because it was just on. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing else going on. So it's like, so you going to give me Syracuse and Pitt from 1990? Sign me up.
Look,
I'm with that.
So y'all talking about people passing and stuff like that. Y'all was there when I was down.
when Trav was sick,
I felt out that.
Yeah.
That's why I always and you know what? In about 2 more weeks, that day is coming up.
It's approaching the 5-year mark.
It's
on part of me. So you know what I'm saying? It's approaching that mark to where we were starting to see the pattern of stuff that we found out.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the hard part to get through, but it's the base, man.
2020 ain't shit.
when we say 24 feet, when we say 94 feet of life,
We mean
that's real life. That's not that ain't no catchphrase. That ain't no. We have experienced life together, and that's been the beautiful part of the group. And we here 8 years. We gonna be here for 10, and who knows after that. But I guess as Les said it, man. I wouldn't choose anybody else.
right.
I wouldn't choose anybody else to do it. It's been
Like your boy Noriega say on
Tribe
Drake,
Called Quest
make
the
some
Hoop.
noise for that shit. Make some noise for that shit, man.
It's like the Tribe Called Quest the Hoop, but don't fall off.
Nope, ain't no fall off. So look, we've been doing this. We damn near 10 o'clock Eastern time. We might maybe we'll DC a little something, watch some games, but next week, next Tuesday, friend of the program.
Oh man.
Will we be watching? Will we be co-watching the play-in rounds as well, Big Shot?
We might as well. That's just playing night.
Big Shot don't like the play-in rounds. So.
Hey, that's Diet Hoops for a Big Shot. That's Diet Hoops.
I wholeheartedly agree with him. You know, we go DC because I
don't like the 16s, but the 11-11 matchups I can take.
See,
selection committee. If you watching this, quit putting HBCUs in the play-in game. Quit making them 16 seeds. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, the winner of the SWAC, whoever wins the SWAC tournament, whether it's Grambling or Alcorn State, they're gonna have 20 plus wins. Treat them like a 20-win team.
You know what, Les?
That means give them a 14 seed.
See, to me, if they want to make me interested in the play-in, Les would piggybacking on what you just said. You know, it's always the last 4 in, the last 4 out, right?
Make them play.
Make them play. For them last 2, make them play.
Quit putting them at 16 seeds. Quit putting HBCUs. The SWAC got a higher KenPom rating than the Southland Conference.
Yeah,
and it's facts. It's factual information. I'll pull it up.
Quit making HBCU play Duke 1991, man. All right, listen, we're going to get out of here. We're going to stay on for the DC. Y'all can't see that. It's just for us. But listen, shout out to Ham, MJ, Coach Les, Trav, MJ again. 8-year anniversary, man. I love y'all to death. Thank you for being on with us, man. 94 feet of light, basketball, 40